Today we're going to work on an RV Comfort HP Coleman Mach thermostat. The switch, I believe what's going on here, George, is it doesn't work when you go to electric heat and gas heat, right?
Right.
And we looked at the switch, we inspected the switch earlier, found some badly burned contacts in it. So we went to DigiKey and we were able to find the switch. I bought one on Amazon, it wasn't right. So here's a nice sliding switch, and it's got the 5 by 2 pins on it. So that's what we're going to end up putting 2 of them in. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and open this thermostat. There we go. I did open it earlier, so it opened pretty easy. And we're going to remove this here from this little switch cover thing. So here are the 2 switches we're going to replace. So first thing we're going to do is get the board off the rack. In fact, I'm going to take these 2 buttons here and take them off because they're going to end up falling off on us anyway. There we go. Now we're going to just leave the back like that. So the key is we're gonna tack these solder joints, and we're gonna remove the solder from all these joints. So let's get it on the old jig here. I got the shakes. I've had too much coffee this morning, I think, George.
It wasn't from last night, though.
Could be. Partly because of last night.
Yeah.
Today is the day after Christmas, so we had to celebrate a little bit last night and enjoy some time with friends. Now I'm going to put my old man jeweler's glasses on and see what I'm doing here. Now we have already warmed up a solder sucker. So we're going to, now before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and clip these here. I'm going to flush cut them. This will make it easier to remove them. So we're just going to take these. Like one land on my shoulder. And I guess I probably should, before we get too wild, look at the spacing. Oh yeah. Okay, we are going to cut these off. Put my hand over it to keep them flying all over the place. This will make it easier to suck that solder out without those tabs on there. Plus shorter leads to pull them out. All right. Now we're going to take some Flux, a little Flux on them. This will help wick the solder. There we go. Sticky old stuff. Tree sap. All right. Cup of coffee. Here we go. So we're gonna use the old PC board sucker. I got back in Iowa, I have a pump that does this. An actual vacuum pump. See how it pulls that hole there, George? How it pulled the solder right out? This cord, there we go. Well, that one didn't vacuum very good.
From your calendar, get salt. Starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Ran out of salt in my water softener, so I had a message.
From your calendar, get salt.
But I'm not going to go to the store a day after Christmas.
No.
So I'll change that message to tomorrow. That one I need to suck a little bit more. There we go. See, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll show our viewers. See how the solder is getting sucked out of the holes there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and unplug the solder sucker. Set this over outside so the Bernie buddy, another drink of coffee. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take some thermostats. Yeah, floor of this garage is sloped because of the elevation difference in the front of the house and the back, and boy does it. You know what, maybe these heavier ones. These jeweler, there we go. This thing is fighting me all the way, George.
It's nothing new, is it?
No, par for the course. There we go. That's what I was looking at. I was putting steady pressure down on it to get this thing pulled out. Now you kind of see the, you could kind of see the corrosion on those, that. I don't know where the other half that went is at, but that carrier had some pretty good burns on it. I don't know where it went, but oh, here they are. Little copper sleeves, but they were pretty corroded. We did clean them. We tried cleaning these switches, but it didn't do any good, did it, George?
No.
I mean, it did. It was a temporary fix.
Yeah.
But I think we want the fix to be more permanent, so that's what we decided to do this. So I'm heating it up to move these pins into the center of the hole, hoping to break the bond here a little bit. And there, came back. We got all the pins out now. We're going to open up a couple holes that are kind of not real good looking. I get my finger on the button here. There we go. That was pretty anemic pull. Oh. Okay. All right, I think, now there's one here that needs it. And this one. Looks pretty good. We got a little bit of trace that lifted on one end there, but we'll be able to repair that with solder. That one trace right here kind of lifted here. I think we'll be all right. Most of it's still good. This one we lost the trace on it, but there is no connect. Well, it's ground, I guess. So it'll carry some solder through. But so wait a minute, it's that pin. Oh, there is a trace to it. Okay, we got an issue here. We're gonna have to repair that. I think what we're gonna end up doing is soldering a small wire to go from here around to the top to carry it through. Or what we can do is we make sure, we'll put this one in first. So this is my pack of tips. I ended up 3D printing my own case for them. And I'm gonna use the real small tip right. I think I'm gonna use this one right here. So as I said, the nice thing about this soldering iron is it's sitting at 400 degrees C. I can still pull the soldering iron out, and with my bare hands, and I'll just set it off the side and let it cool down because it's hotter than all get out outside of it, up that shaft. And I can slide this one in. And she's heating up. It's up to 400 degrees already. Okay. Make sure I have a good connection. I'll put this away. So now that's ready to go. We'll clean the tip. I use this little cleaner here. It's got that steel wool in there. I think it's brass wool, but it really cleans the tips nice on these soldering irons. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some resin. There we go. We clean all that with alcohol when we're all done with the job. Okay, you got one? Let's try it. We're going to use that. put that one on this one, the first switch. If it makes any difference what direction it is. We do have to bend them out just a hair. Not much. That's what we recognized earlier. We thought, boy, things aren't working right here. Bend this one out. Okay. Look at there. So this one is the one we got to reach in and solder. So I'm going to do that now. I use this fine solder here. I'm going to reach in on the switch side and add some solder right there. Get that soldered in. There it is. So that switch is soldered in on one side, on that where we didn't have a trace. Now we can go down the line. I'm going to turn the temperature down here a little bit. I'm going to run it down to 360 centigrade. Might be a little better. And I like to alternate ends. Sweet, I like it when it comes together. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put some solder on the end of the tip here. A good drop. I'm going to hold this switch tight against the board. Get some solder on one of the pins, two of the pins. Go. Looks nice and square. All right. Solder joints look good. The function of the switches look good. I'm going to shut off the soldering iron. Now we're going to take some paper towel with some alcohol. Not the drinking kind of alcohol, isopropyl, 100%. I like to buy it by the quart. Now we're just going to daub it. And I have a brush around here somewhere. Right. I thought I got a little more alcohol, put it on the brush, and I can work around these leads real good. Paper towel or Kim wipes don't work too good with. I usually use Kim wipes, but they still doesn't work on these pins. You're better to use a brush and clean everything off that good that way. I don't want Donna flipping the switch and complaining that it's sticky. I would not hear the last of that one. All right. So, I believe we have ourselves a good switch. Now we'll go ahead and see if this fits on it. There it is. Look at that. That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
And then this is the buttons we took off earlier, off these micro switches. Now we'll go ahead and remove the PC board, put it back in its panel here. There's a little thermal, resistor here. It's a thermal pickup. You just got to slide that under there, underneath this pin. And this should snap right in. There she goes. Okay, let's see how the front cover works now. You got a little Little dust inside there.
How could that be?
Don't know. You're not a smoker.
No.
Non-smoker. I think it's just dust. Okay.
Oh, in Texas, nah.
Texas, no dust? Or dust in Texas? What? Wind?
There you go. You got her now, I think.
Look at that, George. You try it. See what you think. Try that switch function. Feel good?
Feels good.
All right, so that was it was a long process. We'll speed up the video on certain segments, try to shorten this down, but this was the repair of a Coleman Mach thermostat. Put new slide switches in from DigiKey. Let's tell them DigiKey part number is. And this part number on this thermostat is A is in Apple, S is in Sam, 7822 is what's on the barcode on the back. And the DigiKey part we ordered, it's a long number here, but we're going to read it to you. It's an L204011, M is in Mary, 202Q. And a slide switch, 4P, 4T, 4 amp, 125 volt. So that's what we used on this process. I don't think there's anything else we need to comment on. What do you think, George? We're good?
Yeah, all we gotta do is plug it in.
Plug it in and make sure it works. So have a great day.